Hey, Mizzou fans, Mark Fitzpatrick, retired coach of Kansas City. It's Tuesday, September 16th. One of our most popular speakers is Gary Barnett, who comes in from Colorado every year. Thank you, Coach, for making the effort to
Absolutely.
be
Love
here.
coming into Kansas City.
It's so interesting now, the conversations, the questions. We used to talk about how the team's doing on the field. Today, we talk about the business of college football.
Yeah, the game itself is good. Business is more interesting and more complicated, I might add. And so it's, for guys like me who sort of talk for a living, I mean, you're just talking blocking and tackling and catches and stats. It's one thing, but knowing the business of it, and it changes every single day. You always have something to discuss.
You had a great career coaching in Northwestern and Colorado, but it was a lot different then. Head coaches, more in your day, X's and O's, managing the coordinators. Today, they're like a CEO.
Yeah, it was leadership and coaching and teaching, and which is why I got into it, because I was a teacher and wanted to be a teacher, and so it's different. You still gotta, as a head coach, you got to be a CEO, but you got to also teach. The best ones find a way to teach and do both, and so it's a multitask situation for coaches these days.
Let's talk about the Missouri Tigers. They're off to a good start, 3-0. Competition picks up a lot this week. What are your early impressions of Mizzou?
Well, early impressions are they're just a complete team. I mean, they can run the football, they can throw the football. Special teams good, but they play good defense. Right now against the competition so far, they've been a total package. They're a hard team to match up against, and I think you got to stay healthy. And it's you got to play defense. If you're going to play in the SEC, as the year goes on, you got to get better and better and better on defense, and that's their challenge, I think.
Question I want to ask you: the Tigers go in play South Carolina, very good team, I think. Lenore Sellers, maybe the best quarterback in the country. Questionable whether he's going to play. When you were a coach, if you did not know that quarterback was going to play, and if it was going to be the backup, how did you prepare?
You really don't change. You don't change your because it's the coach, same coordinator calling plays. Um, they don't want to change systems. It's really hard to change systems. You might look at the plays that they use that would be better fit for the guy coming in. Spend a little more time on those, but you prepare for that team, and you don't try to outguess yourself.
This early in the season, I don't think there's any team that really looks that dominant. There's a lot of really good teams. Give me maybe 4 teams you see as the leaders this year.
Well, I see Oregon. I see Miami at this point in time. I still see Ohio State at this point in time. Um, it's you know, I think LSU has got to be in that picture right now. Georgia has to be in that picture right now. Penn State's got to be in that picture right now. But my first four would probably be Miami, uh, probably Ohio State, Oregon, Georgia,
Okay.
LSU.
Right.
Maybe switch off there.
It's going to be an interesting
It's going to be
season.
an interesting
Well,
season.
last thing you talked about, of course, you're the analyst for Colorado Buffaloes. Talk about Deion Sanders and what he's gone through. And he's handled that in such a professional manner. Talk about that.
He did. And Deion usually says the right thing. He doesn't say the wrong thing very often. But I think coming out and talking about the fact that he, as a man, has to use the pins. He had bladder cancer. He would have only gotten it if somebody made him go take the test. Otherwise, he dies of bladder cancer. Being a spokesman, to get out there and do your test, get tested. You don't know, but you can survive if you do it. And being a guy that's humble enough to say, you know what, I have to use a porta potty on Saturday, and it's okay.
Yeah.
And I think he spoke to not just athletes, not just sports enthusiasts, but a lot of people. And I think he won a lot of people over who weren't necessarily even sports fans, being Deion Sanders fans, for doing the right thing.
All right. Coach, thank you for coming in as
All right,
always.
Mark.
Proud
Thank you.
Mizzou alum. Great coaching career, one of the best analysts in college football. Don't forget you can listen to him every Wednesday with Stephen St. John, our old friend, at 8:10. He'll be on at 8 o'clock. Next week, our speaker, Soren Petro from 810 WHB. Make sure you come down to the flea market. For more information on events and membership, go to kctigerclub.com.